What's going on, you guys? I just have to give a disclaimer and a massive apology for what you're about to hear because there was a storm here in Florida the other day, and it made my power go out for literally just like 2 seconds, but it shut down my computer. And before I was able to save the audio file of this episode, I wasn't able to, and normally this doesn't happen, but the whole audio file like disappeared. So what I had to use instead was the audio from the video recording, because that wasn't affected at all by like the technology or anything or the power going out, because it had already been recorded. And whereas like this file was still sitting on my computer screen when the power went out. So unfortunately, the audio in this is certainly not the best. I'm really sorry. But to make up for it, I will be putting out a bonus episode this week of me again, a solo episode. I've been getting some feedback from people saying they really like the solo episode, so I'm going to put out another one someday this week. Again, I apologize. This should not happen again. I hope you guys can enjoy the episode anyway. All right, thanks. Love y'all. What's going on, aliens? How we doing? How are y'all doing today? I am so bloated. Oh my god. Anyways, welcome to the Finn Invasion. It is a podcast. I am your host, Autumn Finn. And I ate a lot today. Kind of pigged out for no fucking reason, because it is Saturday. Bought got some groceries, got some biscuits. Made myself and my father some homemade breakfast sandwiches, some steak, egg, and cheese. His was on plain bagels, mine were on biscuits, as I previously stated. Anyways, today, I have an extremely special and exciting episode, and you might be noticing, Autumn, normally you have such great fashion sense, but today you're wearing the most hideous shirt I've ever seen in all week. I know. I had to search for a an article of clothing that I wore when I was a senior, either bought or wore when I was a senior in high school, and I'm pretty sure I bought this at I'm sorry, did I say buy? I'm pretty sure I stole this, because, fun fact about me, when I was 18 years old, right after I turned 18, so unfair, I got arrested for shoplifting, like a savage. And I remember one of my friends, my friend Lulu, she asked me, she's like, why did you steal? I was like, I wanted something and didn't want to pay for it, and my dad burst out laughing. I haven't done it since, I'll tell you that. Have I been tempted? Oh yeah. The thrill? Don't even get me started, man. Wanting something and not wanting to pay for it, so you just savage out and take it? I'm sorry, legend status? No, I'm just kidding. My god, so fucked up. It's not like I was stealing from like $1 million fucking company, like corporate. Fuck you, Kohl's. Oh my god, I'm saying too much. Ooh. So the reason I'm wearing this hideous stolen shirt from when I was 18 is because I was a little bit inspired by my most recent episode with Mr. Arthur. I believe his last name is Villegas. I'm drawing a blank, pardon me. And he talked about how his book had a compilation of different things that he'd written as like a child and as a teenager. And so I was like, man, I wish I could do that. Look at some kind of interesting like time capsule type piece of work or piece of writing. And I realized, looky here, sure, I have a journal. Well, here's the thing, it wasn't a journal. It was just like these little stupid, dumb, surface level life lessons that I wrote down when I was 18. And this is what it says on the cover of this. And here's the thing, you guys. It's barely filled up. How many pages does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages. But there is a lot of writing on it, I will tell you. My handwriting was gorgeous back then. Oh my gosh. Very interesting. Here's what it says on the cover. There's a little sticky note on it. Everything I will need to know in life. Oh, yeah, you certainly know that at 18, for sure, past autumn. Everything I will need to know in life condensed into short sentences, simple rhymes, rhythmic phrases. What? Rhythmic phrases, repetitive expressions, and elaborate analogies. I was just, okay, I swear to God, this sounds like I opened up a dictionary and I was just looking up, like, find every descriptive word that has more than 8 letters. This is so fucking lame. I'm gonna be making fun of this. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be. And I did already read the first one. Not the first page, the first single one, because these are all numbered for some reason. It makes up to 82. It makes it up to 82. And things I've learned that I can't let myself forget. That's one of the first things that it says. And I knew the first one, I looked at it, and it says, always forgive, never forget. Bitch, you think you're the first person to fucking say that and think of that? And, you know, hey, it is kind of funny that that was number 1, because the first tattoo I ever got was on my shoulder. It said, always forgive. It was because it was the first tattoo my sister got when she was 18. So, here we go. Number 1. Always forgive, never forget. Okay. No comments on that. Number 2. Affection does not equal happiness. Yeah, I did get really obsessed with, God, I was just obsessed with relationships and romantic ones. And it's weird because, like, I strayed away from that. And then I recently, fell back into those old habits and cravings. I don't like it. It's craving a relationship and not having one. It doesn't feel very good. I don't feel as content as I wish I did, if that makes sense. People who won't fight for you are not worth fighting for. I actually probably needed to hear that right about now. Next one says, insanity isn't worth creativity. I just want to let you guys know, I have not looked at this since I was 18, and that was, only like 3 years ago. I'm 21. Just kidding, I'm 26. This was, 8 years ago. The only one I looked at was, I was super curious. I opened it up. I wanted to see what I had written, and all I read was the first one, which was always forgive, never forget. And I was like, alright, I'm gonna save the rest of it. Yeah. Insanity isn't worth creativity. I know why I wrote that. It's because I used to go days without sleeping to sit there and draw and write a bunch of manic stuff, because I have that manic depression, aka that bipolar-woly. That's bipolar disorder, aka manic depression. But yeah, so it's not worth it to be creative if it means that you're literally driving yourself insane. Number 5 says, people will disappoint you. Don't do the same to them or anyone else. Don't disappoint anyone? That's what I fucking thought. How about, okay, fuck that. How about do your best? You're gonna disappoint people in life, and you're gonna be disappointed. The first part is true, but don't do the same to them or anyone else. Ever. Oh my God, was this a threat? No. Do your best not to disappoint people. That's the most you can do. Let's be realistic here, 18-year-old Autumn. Oh, what 18-year-old is realistic? Let's be honest here. Number 6. You can't be loved by everyone, and you don't have to love everyone. Okay, that's self-explanatory. That's, a lot of these are things that, it's interesting. I probably could have looked at this a few years ago and maybe gotten something from it, because I do feel like I have regressed in some ways where maybe I could use a talk with my 18-year-old self. I'm sure I could teach her a fuck ton of things. Maybe tell her to stay away from some people that she has yet to meet. Oh my god, ran away so far, holy shit. But no, I mean, I do think that I've probably forgotten some lessons that I learned when I was young. Um, Number 7, don't settle for empty love. That's not bad. Ooh, number 8's pretty insightful for an 18-year-old. You do not deserve to feel small. That's true. Yeah, I have felt pretty small in the past few years, actually. God, hard to remember that as a woman. A lot of times we're made to be like, we're told that we shouldn't be too loud or be too much, too this, too that, to take up too much space. Anyways, yeah. Number 9, procrastination will get you nowhere. Okay, that's a personal attack. Fuck that. Yeah. Oh, I know it won't. I know it will get me nowhere, but God, it is so hard to break. Pardon me, it's so hard to break that habit. Number 10, patience will bring you everything. Maybe not everything, but it certainly brings you a lot. Wow, I cared about patience at 18. That's crazy. I don't remember that. Number 11, learn from your mistakes, your pain, rejection, heartbreak, and disappointment. Yo, I can already tell I was pissed when I wrote this as an 18-year-old. I was pissed. Bro, this book, by the way, falling apart. Like, all of the, like, it's, like, soft, and then all the, like, pieces are falling apart. I don't know what it's made of, but it is, the paper inside is intact, which I suppose is all that matters, but, learn from your mistakes. Yeah, no shit. Learn from the mistakes of those who can't learn from their own. Yo. Also not bad for an 18-year-old. Next one is, you can't change, fix, save, or help, or keep everyone. Okay, a little bit too many words in that, but yeah, it is true. You can't change everyone. You can't fix, save, help, or keep everyone. Number 14, trust is a two-way street. Damn, I'm sorry. I was bitter when I wrote this. I just know it. 15, don't throw away an entire human being for their human inevitability of making mistakes. Oh, I still believe this. Yes, grace, forgiveness. Let people make mistakes. Like, one of the big, like, there was someone who I was close to in high school, and they treated me really, really poorly. And when they were like 15, 16 years old, and I was the same age as them. I'm definitely not going to name names. But, I gave them another chance, and I let them make mistakes, and now to this day they're still like one of my best friends ever, and they've since like come up to me and fully apologized and been like, I've learned so much about friendship from you, and thank you for forgiving me for some like really fucked up shit that I did. And it's like, I think a big part of that is because we were both fucking teenagers, you know, you're gonna be a piece of shit at 15, 14, 16, whatever. And so I do fully believe that, yeah, we definitely need to show people grace and let people make mistakes. It was like when it says, yeah, don't throw away an entire human being for their human inevitability of making mistakes. It's like, because I remember talking about how I said I felt disposable, how I felt like I was, in a way, being disposable is kind of like being dehumanized, and it's like, it's your most human moment when you make a mistake, right? Is it not? You know, like, when you make a mistake, that is your opportunity to learn, and it is an opportunity for people to show you humanity and empathy, in my opinion, at least. 16, admit the mistakes of those who won't admit their own. I mean, that's pretty much the same as, like, when I said, like, learn from the mistakes of people. That one's not that great. Number 17, every accusation, criticism, and insult can hurt and then be learned from. That is true. That is true. Any criticism you face, it's coming from somewhere. If someone tells you something about you, like, I remember one thing I said at, like, 18 and 19 that I held on to for dear fucking life, like a buoy in the sea of emotional ruin. Like, one thing that I really held on to was, I said, there's nothing you can tell me about myself that I don't already know. That was my goal, is that I wanted to be ahead of all the criticism that anyone could throw at me. And I think that's a pretty good attitude because it's self-awareness. But over the years, I've become, a lot more, like, more sensitive than I kind of expected. Like, I guess it depends on the criticism and it depends on what it's about. Like, is the criticism about, like, my work creatively, or is it about my character? You know what I mean? Or just my, like, little mistakes or like my attitude, my social behavior, like each type of criticism, it depends on, like, how I take it will depend on, like, how personal it feels to me, if that makes sense. Number 18 says, I remember this one. Inferiority is wiser than superiority. I don't know if I still believe that. I know what I was trying to say. What I meant by this was, if you have a little bit of self-consciousness, and if you feel inferior and you, like, are able to see your flaws, then that in theory is wiser, or, like, I'm putting up quotation marks if you're not watching the video of this, you are smarter and more introspective than someone who thinks that they're superior. Like, an inferiority complex is different from a superiority complex. And I think what I meant by this was, if you are regularly, like, self-reflecting, then you are wiser than someone who never looks inward. But what a shitty way to word it. Inferiority is wiser than superior. Okay, I fumbled that. Let's be honest here. 18-year-old Autumn, she fumbled that. Number 19. Those who have felt more pain can understand more than those who have not. Okay, yeah, just people with more life experience, of course. Emotions outweigh numbness. Ooh, yes, for sure. I would rather feel too much than feel nothing at all. Yeah, that's what that question comes down to, is, like, would you rather feel way too much or feel nothing at all? I suppose, I mean, we all want a middle ground. Like, of course we do. But, yeah, oh my god, and, writing this as an 18-year-old, I had no idea what I was in store for at, like, age 20, when I had to experience, like, a year and a half, maybe 2 years of complete numbness because of, like, trauma. Holy crap. Number 21 says, I fumbled this one too, to be mature is to be wrong. I think what you mean is, to be mature is, like, being able to admit that you're wrong. Yeah, I mean, you learn more from being wrong than you do from being right. If you are in a situation where someone is educating you, if you, instead of letting it hurt your ego, why don't you instead just say, like, hey, well, thank you. You have opened up my perspective, and now my, like, opinions or my ideology is even more enriched from having seen and heard the other perspective. You know what I mean? I've been saying that too much lately. You know what I mean? My dad calls me out on this. Like, him and I both say it a little bit too much. Apparently it's a northern thing. Stupid. Number 22 says, don't give up because other people tell you to. Yeah, no shit. Okay, next. Next. Honesty is necessary some of the time, but is a risk all the time. That's not fucking true. It's not always risky. Unless you're hiding something, I'll tell you that. Is necessary some of the time. It is not always a risk. That's stupid. What was I thinking when I wrote that? Don't glorify people who shame you. Yeah, I don't do that, Number 25 says, never be afraid of judgment. Okay, I feel like this is getting repetitive. 26, don't let people you love control you. Only let them help you. I think that what this is trying to say is, like, yeah, don't let the people you love, don't let them, like, dictate your own decisions entirely, but do let them influence you in a positive way. Yeah, that was a better way to put it. But, of course, 18-year-old self doesn't always know the right way to put things, if you know what I'm saying. Number 27 says, if being walked away from by someone becomes your biggest fear, walk away from them first. What? No. Well, hold on now. Okay. I know where I was coming from with this. For sure. Your biggest fear should never be like someone, a singular person leaving you. Now, if you were to tell me that your biggest fear in your life was losing everyone you love and care about, that's valid. But if you have put so much emotional weight onto one single person and you're like, my biggest fear is losing this one single person because if I lose them, then I'll... Oh, so you should just walk away from them first? What? Okay, wrong. Incorrect. Very, very wrong. Bro, the fact that... And let's just think back to the fucking cover of this little journal. It's like, everything I will ever need to know in life. No. Wrong. Don't walk away from someone that you're afraid of walking away from you. Look, here's what it should say. If your biggest fear is one person walking away from you, then look inward and realize that you're putting too much emotional stock into this person. How about that? That's my adjustment. That's my little footnote there. Number 28, put nobody on a pedestal, including yourself. Yeah, definitely. That's simple enough. Do not see yourself as, like, greater than everyone else, and don't look at someone and be like, oh my god, they're perfect. They're better than me, and they're better than everyone that could ever let alone. Number 29, if you value your pride more than everybody, you will end up with nobody. I see where this is coming from. I don't like when people value their pride more than other people's feelings. Yeah, I don't really like pride very much. I think being prideful is... They say it's a sin. I've heard that. I've heard that via the Bible. That was me sipping on hard lemonade. No, I don't like pride. Pardon me. Not too much pride. How about that? Yeah, see, you need a good balance. It is important to take pride in the things that you should be taking pride in. Like the hard work that you put into something, any sort of change or self-improvement that you've made. Of course, you should have some pride, but letting pride be more valuable, or like valuing it more than other people around you and their, emotions and everything like that. I don't know, like just the inability to apologize. That's always gotten under my skin. Number 30. The less you admit your mistakes, the more mistakes you'll make. Oh, that actually is true. Yeah. Oh, I was really proud of the rhyme there. The less you admit your mistakes, the more mistakes you'll make. I don't want to do is on the mind and get better every day. Bars. Awful. So bad. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you never admit your faults, oh my god, you're going to be stuck in you're going to do the same thing every day for the rest of your goddamn life. Oh my gosh, that is pathetic. The next one, people will lie. The undertone of this, I wrote a lot of these in one day because I was pissed. This is clearly post-breakup. People will lie, manipulate, use, and control you. Don't allow it out of love. Okay, yeah, this is the same shit that I said before. Like, don't let people you love control you. Yeah, no shit. Next one is, love yourself enough to love others. Love neither too much. Okay, I was with you on the first half. I fucked with that. But the second half, love neither too much. Don't love yourself too much? Define too much. What's the threshold? I don't know. I think if you love someone, quote unquote, that's subjective. That makes no sense. But yes, love yourself enough to love others, of course. You need that emotional piggy bank full enough to show generosity of love and give to other people. Emotional piggy bank. I like that. The most significant pride is the most significant hindrance. God, that's so stupid. What a dumb way to write that. I just really, you know what? Yeah, I just thought one of my exes was like super prideful, and I was just pissed about it, so I wrote about it a ton. It is more valuable to succeed greatly if at first you failed miserably. Okay, I must have got that from somewhere else. Yeah, no, it does, but it is true. If you fail a lot and then you finally succeed after all of that, Yeah, it does feel like a greater accomplishment because you had to get through those first few obstacles, and you had to. Yeah, because if you win at something, or if you succeed at something right away, maybe it was beginner's luck, or maybe you were just a natural. But it is scarier to try again if you fail a bunch of times, or as it says right here, fail miserably. So, number 35 says emotions are senseless, blind, and irrational. Question them when they seem otherwise. What? No, I think you should question them when they seem senseless, blind, and irrational. Question them when they seem otherwise. I see what I was going for with this, and we're at 35 now. Not minutes. We're actually at 24 minutes, but we're at number 35 in this, which means it is time to crack open another drink. If you are drinking with me, which is something that I encourage because I think everyone should be a high-functioning alcoholic. Here we go. Listen to this. Oh, holy crap. I am right here with one of my favorites, Vista Bay Strawberry Lemonade Hard Seltzer. 100 calories, 1 grams of sugar, 3 grams of carbs, gluten-free. Oh my god, all you gluten whores out there. 5% alcohol. It is 12 fluid ounces. I'm going to pour it out into this cup. But yes, everyone out there, if you are drinking, take a sip with me because we're at 35 now. And there is 82. Do you think that because I wrote this at 18 years old and I made it to 82 on here, do you think it's a sign that I'm going to live to 82 years old? Because that is a pretty lengthy life. But I want my grandma's 86, I want her to live to 100 because she keeps it 100. So please, because she's one of the greatest people I know. Which makes me want her to watch this episode, but I've already sworn a bunch. Damn it. Did I swear? I don't know. Oh, I definitely have sworn. Come on, let's be honest. This is me we're talking about. Okay. Number 36. Ignore impulses when you're at your weakest. Oh, duh. Yeah. No, hey, that is not a bad one. That's... Dude. And you know what? After writing that as an 18-year-old, do you know how many times I followed that advice? 0. When you're at your weakest is when it's hardest to not give in to impulses. That is true strength. If you can ignore and not give in to your impulses when you are at your fucking weakest, I envy you. All right, and I commend you, and that is very impressive. When temptation, okay, so number 37. When temptation is present, regret is usually, pardon me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Regret is usually the future. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Okay, I don't really have any feelings about that. The next one is your flaws are a reminder that you are human and a motivation to be a better one. Sure, why not? It's pretty straightforward. Some of these are not that insightful, and I could tell that when I was writing them, I was like, damn, this is like so smart and intelligent and good and great and smart. Not quite. I don't know. Hey, you guys let me know if you think that this is impressive for an 18-year-old. Personally, as my own worst critic, I look back at this and I knew where they were coming from, and I was like, yo, the most impressive part of all this is my damn handwriting. It looks great. I know you guys can't see it, but it is straight as hell. I'm holding it up to the camera. Number 39. If you don't own up to your flaws, you will manifest them. I knew the word manifest at 18? Okay. Claps I'll give you your flowers there, 18-year-old Autumn. I'll give you your flowers there. If you never let yourself change them, you will become them. No, you'll just solidify them more. Yeah, if you don't own up to your flaws, your faults, and your shortcomings, then definitely they will become an integral part of you. And yeah, you need to own them. You have to. And so it can fucking change them, or at least get better, or improve. Or be self-aware. Number 40. The more you judge and criticize people, the less you will learn and discover about them. Okay. Again, another when I'm looking at all these, may not be worded perfectly, but I do see where a lot of this is coming from. I think what I was trying to say here was like, it's not about judgment and criticism. Okay, how about this? I think judging and criticizing are different. Judging is swift and often hasty, and is very much like just making an assumption. But criticizing is taking the data that you actually have and making a critique on it and like making a comment on it. But so I think if you are constantly maybe putting others down or like always focusing on the flaws in others, then yeah, I guess you will learn less about them because you are hyper focusing on what is wrong with them rather than what is good about them. I guess so. Maybe this is just a very long-winded, very roundabout way of just saying like try to see the best in people or you'll never learn about them. Yeah. The next one says, if you can only see the faults in others... Okay, this is the same thing. If you can only see the faults in others, you are more blind to your own... That's not true. If you can only see the faults in others, you are more blind to your own. So your own faults, meaning. Yeah, that makes no sense. Okay, number 42. The more you hide, the less you'll find. Better as a song lyric than it is for advice. I did a lowercase h and I and then a capital D. I really saw the stylistic choice of my handwriting. The more you hide, the less you'll find. That is a lyric. I'm sorry. I don't know what lyric that is, but that sounds like a lyric that already exists. The more you'll hide, the less you'll find. I don't know, something like that. Alright, 23. Guilt must end where forgiveness begins. Must end. If you're... What, are we talking about forgiving yourself or forgiving others? Or both? Sure. Okay, whatever. Number 44. Apologies are not an indication of self-defeat or... Here we go. Now I like this one so far. Apologies are not an indication of self-defeat or self-doubt. They are an expression of empathy for anyone other than oneself. There we go. Now we're into some good shit. Yes, I absolutely believe in the importance of apologizing. God, this shirt is hideous. If you guys aren't watching, let me tell you right now, it is like this, like 70 different shades of blue in like an Aztec, and it's like flowy and not flattering at all, and like wrinkly. Whatever. For the sake of like the looking at thoughts from my 18-year-old self, I wanted to wear a shirt that I wore when I was 18. Whatever. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, but that is what an apology is. It's just being able to step outside of yourself and be like, even though I didn't mean to hurt someone's feelings, which we rarely do. I feel like a lot of times when we hurt someone or when we have to apologize, it's not intentionally. Because if you intentionally hurt someone, normally those people don't fucking apologize. We apologize when we hurt someone unintentionally. That's when we just say like, damn it, like, didn't mean to do that, like, so sorry. Yeah, you should still apologize even if you didn't mean to hurt someone. It's just about, it's just expression of empathy. It doesn't mean that you're saying that you're a bad person. It's just acknowledging someone else. Number 45. Remorse is the value of human emotions. Okay, that's the exact same thing, pretty much. Next one is, if you can't be sorry for what you did, at least be sorry for how it hurt someone. Yeah, same shit. I got it. Yes, thank you, Autumn. You've said the same thing 3 times. Again, what? Oh my god, oh my god, I went from 46 to 48. I accidentally skipped 47. How did I do that? Oh. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, so I guess I'm only going to live to be 81. Because it technically only makes it to 81 then. Consideration for others outranks personal dilemma. What? Okay, sure. Why not? I don't know. Next one is words are as powerful as you allow them to be. I need to sip for that. Okay. Only as powerful as you allow them to be. That's not always true. We've all come to learn and realize, what microaggressions are, and a lack of kindness and everything. I mean, it's words can hurt more than you expect them to, and it's not about like, oh, you're giving it the power, like, oh, you're letting it hurt you. Sometimes they really are that powerful. I think sometimes just you have to remove yourself from a situation if certain words are like... Because if you're stuck in a situation where someone is constantly like verbally abusing you and is saying to you certain things that are, like, and then people say like, oh, well, the words are only as powerful as you. The sticks and stones may break. That's essentially what this is saying. Is like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Words are extremely powerful. In fact, I think in one of my episodes I said that words are like the most important thing. Communication, that's what it is, right? And no, they're not as powerful as we allow them to be. How about this? Depends on who they're coming from. Yeah. If a stranger tells you you're ugly, that's going to mean a hell of a lot less than it'll hurt probably, but if you're a little bitch like me. But yeah, if someone you'd love tells you that, or like insults you in some way, that's going to mean more. So words are only as powerful as who they're coming from. How about that? Next one. Lack of introspection is the absence of progress. Yeah. Okay, end of story there. Done, of course. You have a right to hold someone up to a standard only when you've lived up to the same one. Maybe for the most part, yeah, like, don't be a hypocrite, you know what I mean? Like, let me read this. You only have a right to hold someone up to a standard when you've lived up to the same one. I think maybe for the most part, sure. Like, I mean, you're allowed to make mistakes. Yeah, allow people to have the self-awareness to look at someone and see if they've made a mistake that you've made in the past, then yes, be more empathetic, sure. That's again, very roundabout way of just saying, like, have empathy for people who have made the same mistakes as you. Oh, alright. Improvement does not exist without failure. Yeah, that's pretty true. Some of these are real surface level. Oh my god. I really thought I was doing something. Number 53 is everyone expresses love in different ways. Yeah, it's called love languages. I don't think I knew about that back then. I was only 18. Yeah, looking at this, I mean, I think, yeah, I wonder what made me write this. I feel like this wasn't something I was thinking about a lot back then. The next one says, emotions are not solidified by actions. Actions are solidified by emotions. What is this gibberish? You know, I thought I understood myself more, my younger self. Wow, I really am getting, like, just a peek into my mindset back then. I have no idea what the fuck this means. Emotions are not... What do you mean solidified, Autumn? 18-year-old Autumn. 2016 Autumn. What do you fucking mean? Solidified by... What do you mean solidified? Emotions are... Oh, okay. This is just actions speak louder than words. That's all it is. Okay. Again, weird way of putting it. Next one says, choices made entirely out of intensified emotions will jeopardize all logic and better judgment. Again, really overcomplicating some simple stuff. Yeah, you make choices out of logic and don't be too... Yeah, don't make a big decision when you're just caught up in the moment, in emotions. Intensified emotions, that's the key. Operative word here is intensified. That will jeopardize... Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, being in the moment and having really intensified emotions will definitely jeopardize your logic. Okay, we're at 55. Let's take another few sips. So, give me a sec. I'm going by groups of 5, obviously. I wonder how long this episode's going to be. Because each thing, I'm only dedicating a certain amount of time to, if it's like, to each one, if it's like worthy of spending time on. I will say, the front was correct when it says like short sentences. All of these are pretty short. Like, I'm fitting 10 on each page. I'm seeing 2 that both start with the word choices. Yeah, choices made. Okay, so we're on 56. Choices made out of logic will lead to a change in perspective and a gain of emotion. What? That is lame. I literally just wanted to make a new one of the one before it. It's so fucking stupid. Let me read that again. Let me give it a chance. I'm being too judgmental and critical of my 18-year-old self. Let's see. Choices made out of logic will lead to a change in not always. And a gain of emotions. What do you mean gain? Whatever. Next one is, you are not defined by your choices, you are defined by the reasons behind them. To a certain extent. I think your reasons behind your actions and your choices say more about you than the choices themselves. Say a lot more. But, like, let's say crime of passion. You know, for those of you who don't know what this is, crime of passion means, like, you go into, like, a fucking rage, and in the heat of the moment, let's say you, like, murder someone, like, I think the actual definition is people who, like, the legal definition of crime of passion was about, like, a man murdering his wife if he caught them cheating, aka being cucked, because, you know, if a man has his ego bruised and he feels less than in some way, and his pride is hurt, then, you know what happens? He just gets sent into a rage and murders his wife. And, yeah, men would get up until the year 1975, this is a fun little feminist fact for you, an FFF, fun feminist fact, up until the year 1975, the crime of passion law, whatever, was in place, and men would get lighter sentences for murdering their wives if they caught them cheating. Like, some of them would only get, like, 3 years in prison, which is absurd. But, yeah, so, where did I start with this? Made out of logic. Oh, defined by your choice. Okay, so yes, I do believe that the reasons behind your choices definitely say more about you, but if someone was caught in a crime of passion and they murdered their wife, and if it was coming from a place of like, oh my god, I was so hurt and she cheated on me. Okay, but you still killed her. So I guess it depends on does the severity of your actions outweigh the emotions that you felt at the time? How about that? How about a ratio? How about a ratio of your emotions to action and your intent to your actions or choice, whatever you want to call it. Number 58. Actions are only surface level and cannot always reveal clearly the depth behind them. Okay, that's almost the exact same. Next one is, memories are fleeting. Sentiments of every emotion you've had the chance to feel. Pardon me. Not a good time to burp, right? That's kind of beautiful. Let me say that again. Memories are fleeting sentiments of every emotion you've had the chance to feel. Okay, but how's that a lesson? You know? Cherish your memories? Is that what it's trying to say? If so, then, okay, sure, I'll go ahead and do that. Number 60 is, if you do not reflect on your past will reflect your future. I think this is supposed to be reversed. It's supposed to say your future will reflect your past. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you don't take time to change, then history will repeat itself. Okay. Got it. Really great lesson, 18-year-old Autumn. Anyone who makes you feel less than yourself is toxic. Yeah, no shit. Oh my god. Oh, this is funny. I put an equation for this. Trust equals honesty minus excuses divided by time. This has gotta be the lamest one, right? This has gotta be the... Trust equals honesty minus excuses divided by time. I really thought I was onto something there. Bitch, you hit me with a X equals MS plus B. What? Oh my god. Okay, that's the worst one. That's the worst one. And that was number 62. Lame. Oh, alright. Next one is... What is... Oh my god. Sorry, I just read it not out loud first. Okay. Dreaming too much makes reality seem like a nightmare? What? Why? How? Weird. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Dreaming too much makes... dreaming too much... Okay, so, like, getting too lost in your imagination makes Okay, I see. I just wanted to do the cute little dichotomy of dreaming and nightmare. Okay, that doesn't make all that much sense. Number 64. Every wrong choice is one step closer to the right one. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm being mean to myself right here. I'm being mean to my younger self. Knowledge means nothing without ignorance. That's number 65. What do you mean? What do you mean? Knowledge means nothing without ignorance. What do you mean? Of course it means something. Okay, I don't even want to dig into that. That is, I don't get that. I don't like that one. Number 66. Social isolation. I misspelled isolation. Wow. That's embarrassing. Everything I'll ever need to know. How about how to spell? Oh my gosh. I spelled ISCOLATION. Isolation? You're silly. Social isolation may lead to absolute insanity or absolute genius. Wrong. It will lead to insanity. Depends on how much social isolation. But you need people. You need it. Number 67. Significant gain is as inevitable as significant loss. Yeah, no shit. Bro, some of these, I was really trying to be, like, hashtag deep. Like, some of this is just pseudo-intellectual. Number 68. Happiness is not determined by temporary circumstances. Okay, here we go. This is some stuff. Yeah. Happiness is not determined by temporary circumstances. Neither is any emotion. Absolutely not. Yeah. Yeah, just because you're in a good relationship now, or you have a good thing now, doesn't mean it can be all destroyed or stolen away from you. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn it to Darth Vader there. I am your father. No, I'm kidding. Sure, I mean, I guess that's true, yeah. Temporary circumstances. Yeah, happiness is not determined by... It's less about happiness, and it's more about being content. It's about contentment. Number 69. Loneliness teaches self-assurance and induces self-discovery. Induces? How about elicits self-discovery? I guess maybe this is saying that there are things that you can utilize from loneliness. Maybe, sure. I mean, I guess I could say oh my god, the fact that it's number 69 on here, talking about loneliness. Did I do that on purpose? I don't think I did, honestly. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Oh my god, self-discovery, and it's 69. Okay. Okay. Whatever. No, I mean, I think solitude... Or, what is it? Is that what it's called, solitude? When you just, like, choose to be alone for a certain amount of time? That will induce a sort of self-reliance. Not to get all transcendental on you. By the way, this was shortly after... Because I was... when I was in 11th grade, junior in high school, I was really into transcendentalism, and I really liked, like... Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson, back when everyone had 3 names. But yeah, like, I went to the woods to suck the marrow out of life. or something like that. I really enjoyed learning about that, about transcendentalism and self-reliance. So I think maybe I was in that mindset right now. At the time, yeah, loneliness. I really loved solitude during this time. I had a very big, it was mass. I didn't go to parties in high school, believe it or not, which is crazy because I fucking love parties and I love concerts and I love going out. But in high school, I had a lot of social isolation, and I remember really enjoying it and feeling like it was right for me. And I don't think I really regret it at all, but yeah, this really is helping me reconnect with sort of old, memories that I had from being in high school. So this next one says, social settings teach tolerance and enforces acceptance. Enforce is a interesting word choice. Why would you have to enforce acceptance? But yes, it is important to, surround yourself with other people. Teach tolerance. Sure. Number 71, manipulation is easily and attractively disguised by charm. Sure. Yeah, I guess it's easier to give in to manipulation when you're attracted to the person and when you are charmed by them. And yeah, a little bit. I don't know if I love the way it's worded, but I think I agree with that still. Next one is, a promise that cannot be kept is a ticking time bomb of impending disappointment. Yeah, I was pissed. This is clearly post-breakup. Oh my gosh. And I know who it was. And I was still hung up on this guy for like a year and a half. Oh my god. Embarrassing. Drink to that. Number 73. It is either beautiful lies or an ugly truth. What about a beautiful truth and ugly lies? You really thought you ate on that autumn. You really thought you slayed. So silly. That is so Tumblr. Oh, Lord. Okay. And number 74. Before you are able to tolerate someone else, you must first learn the ability to tolerate yourself. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the way that you feel about other people and the way that you treat other people is a direct reflection of the way you feel about yourself. Always. It always comes down to the relationship that we have with ourselves. Literally always. Because that's square one. That's where all of our actions are coming from, is from ourselves. So, next time that you're treated poorly, just know that person hates themselves, or is angry at themselves, or is going through something. Doesn't mean it's your responsibility to fix them, though. Just saying. Number 75, honestly is louder and bolder than hushed hidden lies. Did I really feel that lied to? I don't think this person lied to me. So funny, because I know exactly what I'm talking about in these. Number 76, answers in black and white are just as misleading as questions in gray. Okay, now I'm just writing lyrics. This makes no fucking sense. Answers in black and white are just as misleading as questions in gray. Okay. I feel like there's something there. I just don't know what it is. And I know that I don't like it. What the fuck does this mean, bro? Answers in black and white are just as misleading. I don't even want to dig into that. I'm sorry. I don't have time. Oh. Hey, this next one is a lyric. This is an actual lyric. It's a silly time to learn to swim when you start to drown. Yeah, it's about when it's too late. That is from a lyric from a song that was shown to me by my sister when I was very, very young. It is called My Number by Tegan and Sara. And the lyrics are like, it's a silly time to learn to swim when you start to drown. If I gave you my... Okay, but yes, great song. My Number by Tegan and Sara. Everyone look it up. Phenomenal. Classic. Yeah, it is a silly time to learn to swim when you start to drown. Yeah, it's I love that line. I think I always have. Yeah. Something about it. It's just interesting about, it's... You try to teach yourself something when it's already too late. I love that. It's a silly time to learn to swim when you start to drown. I don't know if I can even, put that into words. That is so great. Which I can't take credit for that. I can take credit for liking the song. That's all I can do. Number 78. Some of these are getting longer. There will be enough room for peace with, oh, I accidentally repeated a word, with someone else once you run out of anger towards them and the doubts within yourself. Oh, okay, I tried to make a rhyme here. I see. Yeah, I can really tell that there were no spell checks or like, what's it called? No, revisions after this for so long. And a repeated word, bro, what a silly typo. So I guess let me read that again. Try to be more concise with it. There will be enough room for peace with someone else once you run out of anger towards them and the doubt within yourself. Okay, just yeah, you have to stop being pissed at someone else if you want to be with someone new. Whatever. Next one is guilt is necessary before absolute serenity. Once it is balanced between objective analysis and subjective consideration. I hate this. This is embarrassing. That is the most embarrassing thing I've ever written in my that I've ever read back. Oh my god. What? What a convoluted, like, just, what a nothing burger. What a nothing burger that is. Guilt is necessary before absolute serenity once it is balanced between objective analysis and subjective What are you saying, bro? What? Oh my god. Just socioeconomical, geopolitical, ethical... This is... No, stop. Trying to be smarter than you actually are. Number 80. There is no change of the future without regret of the past. Bitch, I already said that! Oh my god, what a lame way to end. Oh, this next one is a movie quote. Number 81. Total honesty is a total lie. There's something there. It's from the movie Ask Me Anything. It was this guy, maybe that's why I did this. He was like, he was kind of into this girl, maybe kind of grooming her, I don't know. This dude who's like married with a kid in his like 40s or whatever. And he had a thing for the babysitter, who's the lead character. Her name was Katie in the movie. And, he wrote her this list. It was like everything that I wish I knew when I was your age, or something like everything that you'll ever need to know as an adult. And she was 18 and he was like in his 40s. Oh my god, so gross. And she gave the list to one of her friends and he was reading it and he goes, this guy wants to fuck you. So funny. Damn, now I can't show this episode to my grandma. It's annoying. It's a good movie. It's thought-provoking. But yeah, one of the things he wrote was total honesty is a total lie. What does that mean? Does that... total honesty is a total lie. I don't know. Is that true? Is it impossible to be totally honest? I don't know if I believe that. I think there might be such thing. The last one is an unfinished sentence. It just says, punish. That's it. Just punish. I was going to go into some real angsty with that. I just know it. So, that is all that is in this journal. This went on a little longer than I thought. I try to keep my episodes, like the solo ones, like 45 minutes. Like just a nice long drive. But wowie, wow. That was interesting. Pretty funny. Like, okay. Pretty silly stuff in here. Some of it was actually quite okay and like just okay, but yeah, just wanted to hop on here and sort of, this is my 10th episode special. That's one of the reasons that I chose this topic and why I wanted to go into that, because I thought it'd be interesting and it would be cool for like a 10th episode special, like, ooh, she's looking back at her, doing some hashtag introspection, looking back at her younger self and seeing, what she thought. It is really interesting to explore, feelings and thoughts and ideas that I had at such a young age, and how they've changed over the years, and how some of them have, admittedly stayed the same. So, Normally I would end with like another segment, but because we're nearing an hour right now, or at least what I'm looking at, what I'm recording on is reaching an hour. I am gonna have to end it here. I hope this was interesting for you guys, as fun as it was for me, because maybe not the funniest episode ever, but I really enjoyed looking back at these. Man, maybe I should have made this episode funnier. Sorry, too late now. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys all had a great week and year and day and life, and I hope all is well with all y'all. And all right, thanks so much for listening. Can I please get a fucking review? Will one of you please leave a goddamn review on the Spotify or on Apple Podcasts? Please, I need more reviews for my ego and to make it in this business. But anyways, sorry for this hideous shirt, and, alright, my outro. Thanks so much for listening to the Finn Invasion. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and remember, if y'all ever feel like you don't fit in on this earth, don't worry, you are out of this world.